Hello and welcome. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Jorge Stahen, and today I'm going to talk about and inform people over new methods of treating prisoners. One example of this lies just 40 miles outside Oslo, Norway, capital city, at the Ringerike Fengsel high security prison, where important changes are being made to the modern correctional system. While people are largely left to make their own decisions, all societies have sets of actions. Those who transgress these boundaries often faces the consequences imposed by larger authorities and usually in the form of punishment, as we have seen everywhere in the world. Punishment for criminals was common, and in some places it still is. It still is and seen as the optimal solution to the problem of people prosperity to break the rules. The Code of Hammurabi is, by some accounts, the first legal text, and it describes the concepts of justice as punishment in equal measures to the harm done. Under this system, an eye for an eye was literally a law of land. Since then, important breakthroughs have been made in the fields of psychology and political philosophy, resulting in much more efficient and humane system for correcting behavior deemed to be unacceptable. In Ringerike high security prison, prisoners are given a new set of standards. As a parole agent at Pennsylvania, Donna Virgilio, a parole agent in the Pennsylvania prison, she said it was like Disney World compared to our prisons. She was comparing the latest high-tech security prisons from the United States, the first country, and with the best economy, to the prisons in Norway, and she was shocked. And she said that the prison itself was designed to have a comfortable and peaceful environment, surrounded by trees, gardens, and with open windows, so we can have sunlight, lots of sunlight. In 1998, the country took a sharp shift to start a new rehabilitation program that they're trying to take the experience as normal as possible, even including prisoners in voting and in services such as health and education. They even have knives so they can cook their meal, and they have jobs inside the prisons assigned to every inmate. So the Norway recidivism has been lower than ever. Around 20% of the prisoners come back within the 2 years to the same prison. This means that is really low, the comeback is really low, and it's compared to the United States, it's astonishing good. So people from the United States went to Norway to see and study how would they manage this, and to see the new philosophy inside these walls. What makes Norway's system effective in a different way of thinking? The principle behind this theory is that taking away someone's freedom is the punishment, not the prison itself. It shouldn't be cruel. And in comparison in the rest of the world, prisons are inhumane grey walls, with the sole idea to punish. Applying the new standards of the world will be narrowly impossible. Applying this dynamic security will require an underdeveloped humane huge efforts. As of now, the prisons in these nations are the complete opposite. For it to work, they require a high level of education, which sadly in these countries such as Nicaragua or Latin America, we cannot see this. And they will need to make case studies to the prisoners who are gonna be inmate in that prison, in that assigned prison. And what is the leading cause of these criminal acts? For example, in countries with low resources, should be also need to separate the inmates. As a result of low-income country, inmates in these countries aren't always dangerous humans. Separation of prisons such as socio-economical prisons or mental health prisons, in which socio-economical prisons are for people with low sentence. In these prisons, people that have been stealing food, drug-related cases, or robbery, and so on, should be the inmates of these correctional and dynamic security prisons in the new world. This crime is due to their low education and income, and it can be easily be fixed and it can be easily and be educated to the people to show and demonstrate that they're not that there's all different ways to co-op in the world, because these people which come from low resources, they grew up in a world, they grew up in a family or in a community which they have two options. They have been seeing people around them using drugs and taking and making assaults and having robberies because they were such a low income and such a low educational level that that's the only thing they think about life, and they don't think about how can they achieve at the next level, and they can achieve jobs and good paying jobs such as I don't know medical. They don't know them. They live in such a crowded space with so much problems, with so much um, chaos around them, and they don't think and clearly. So in these prisons, what they're trying to inflict is that they will take these prisoners, which have been making a mistake, but it can be fixed really easily in these educational prisons. So in conclusion, the result demonstrated that the new standards of prisons are effective, breaking boundaries and expecting new breakthrough in psychology. And countries in the rest of the world can start making this new reform. Sadly, due to education and corruption problems countries in the third world, it's gonna take longer to accomplishment. Personally, I think this is the next level on our world. As we have progress in technology, as we have progress in food production, as we have progress in the economy, we're gonna progress in the rehabilitation of the prisoners, because it's a humane and it's like technology. We need to make this. We need to change the world, and we need to change it by helping the prisoners to have a better education. And not only the prisoners, but we should start at the root of the problem, in which it's the community, the poor community, that they were living with the chaos, with the robberies, with the abuse of drugs, abuse of everything, of corruption. So it's just everything is going to be all together at the end. So the first problem is going to be education, not only in the prisoners, but in the government and in the communities, for them to all work like a perfect gear. So setting this new idea and executing them in a straight and constant manner can definitely work under any circumstances. It all depends on the willing of the people and if they want to make the change in their day at day. So it's gonna be up to our governments, and we the people should all push this as we are pushing gay rights, and we should pushing against abortion laws and everything. It's just a thing of time, and hopefully in the near future this is gonna be accomplished. And thank you for all this time. Thank you for hearing me, and I will see you the next time. And this topic is gonna be really, really important, and we shouldn't be ignorant and keep pushing it. Bye bye.